Morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. Got rain moving in this afternoon. I'm gonna try to go catch some fish here at the Blue River before that rain moves in and the river comes up. Just ate breakfast at Scotty's One Stop. It's pretty much a must when you come up to the Blue River, for me anyway. Leaving the store here, four-way stop, heading north. Gonna come into the Blue River Public Hunting and Fishing area. Done a video over the catch and release. Done a video over the Southern Wilderness walk-in area. Today, I'm gonna hang around the crossing. One of the more popular spots to fish on the river. Easier access, not very far to walk from the parking spot. We might head up to Campground 2 also. If I do, I'll show y'all that. Campground / Area 1 is closed at the moment. Probably will be for the rest of the 2025 trout season. Possibly open up at the beginning of the new trout season at the end of 2025. We'll see. Had some roads washed out. Guys got to get those fixed up. Looking at ways to make them better so they don't wash out as often. Wash out a couple times now. They keep fixing them. Keep having high water events that washes them out. So they're looking into doing something different to stop that. First sign you come to, coming in the main area, alcoholic beverages. Restricted to campsites and parking lots only. No alcohol on the river. This is a big one. A lot of people don't realize that all persons 18 and over must have a fishing or hunting license or a wildlife conservation passport to enter this area for any activity. Consult fishing and hunting regulations. So what that means is even if you're coming to watch somebody fish, or you're coming to hang out for a while at somebody's campsite, or any reason you might be down here just hanging out with friends, you still need one of those three things: hunting license, fishing license, or the wildlife conservation passport. Ooh, we got a bobcat. If I can get him. I don't know if y'all can see him. He's hitting the trees. Oh, he's gone. See later if I got him on video at all. Next sign. There is a, they close a gate, 10 p.m., about to come to that gate. There is a exit that is not gated, but has the spiky metal one-way exit only barricades. So if there's an emergency, you can get out, but you can't get in. I've never had to get in during an emergency, or out, thank goodness for that matter. But imagine if you needed to get in during an emergency, you would contact the office up here, the staff at the houses. Staff member lives there. There's spiky strips to get out. And here's the main entrance. Both of these gates are shut usually by 10 p.m. And there's also a turnaround up here for camper and RV. a dumpster and a dump station over there, water spigot. Fill up your tanks, empty your tanks. If you bring your RV down in here. These sites are primitive. There's no water, electricity at the sites. A lot of the sites, there are plenty of places to put a camper. If you've got a super long camper, I'd scope it out first. But I've got a 24-foot camper. I've never had a problem finding a place to set it up down here. Most of the time I come tent camping here though. One of my favorite places to tent camp. Another regulation sign about motorized vehicles. Don't go off-roading. Some of the paths we walk to get to some of the walking areas are decomposed granite semi-roads. They're used by the state crew and emergency services. They're not allowed to drive a vehicle down them. They use them to stock the river, like I said, for rescue and any other official activity. Next two signs, we are almost there. No trash service at the campsites. Please take your trash to the dumpsters. Do not cut trees or litter. Our dumpsters down here by the bathrooms. You saw the dumpster up by the RV fill and empty station. No excuse for leaving your campsite full of trash. It's a beautiful place. Please take care of it. There's the main bathrooms just up the road from the crossing. Look at that, 4 big dumpsters. Please use them. Another sign about alcohol. These restrooms are pit toilets, by the way. There's a road to campground/area 1. That is what is closed at the moment. Right down here over the hill. Got a Y. This is the main crossing parking lot. To the left, it's Campground 2 in the Southern Wilderness. And straight across, it's Campgrounds 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna go across real quick, show y'all the crossing, then come back and park in this camp parking lot. Go do a little fishing. Got a handicap access down here, parking only, cross river at your own risk. Little plaque about some of the history of Hughes Crossing. And there is a way down that sidewalk, there's a little platform, handicap access. coming across the crossing. Got a little concrete pad poured down to, I'm not sure if this is to me it looks like it's a natural shelf across the river. Sure looks like a natural rock. It's pretty flat, pretty smooth. As long as you stay to the right of that rock and to the left of the waterfall, should be pretty safe. But the water, you can use that rock as a judge. The water's above or close to above that rock, I wouldn't cross it. The rock's sticking out about a foot right now, and this is normal to low flow. Right here is pretty easy. Had buddies cross it in Corollas, Accords. A little bit of a clearance issue for some smaller cars right here getting back up, but the old Subaru Crosstrack has no problem. Do want to be mindful of the weather. If you're going to come camp for an extended amount of time on this side of the river, I have seen people have their vehicles stuck over here till the river went down. It does come up and that crossing does get impassable. Alright, so these are roads to more campsites. Another set of pit toilets. I might do a separate video on this side of the river one day. Till then, I'm going to go back across the crossing, go gear up. I love coming up on a weekday. River is not completely vacant, but weekends can get pretty busy. It's gonna be good to explore around with not somebody in every single hole. Should be able to show y'all most of the holes today. Back across the crossing. Time to go gear up. I'll be back. Alright, I'm geared up, about to walk down to the crossing. Wanted to show you something before I forgot. If you come to the Blue River, make sure you bring an extra set of clothes. Everybody falls at some point in this river. I don't do it anymore, but a walking stick is highly recommended. And there's my raincoat. I'm taking the chance of not wearing it, which means I'll probably get rained on. But if I put it on, it won't rain. I'm walking down to the crossing. Probably gonna start downstream, work my way up. I want to come over this little plaque, get a shot of it in case anybody wanted to pause it and read it that hasn't been here. Bottom might be kind of hard to read on the phone over the internet, but there it is. We also have these boxes. I use my net. Well, somebody's using it for a trash can, but the purpose of these boxes is to keep those little mesh bags in for people to grab and use as trash bags. They're not meant to be filled with trash, those boxes anyways, the mesh bags, yes. Got a nice little sidewalk here down to the little platform, the handicap fishing. Show y'all this for anybody that needs this. Good bank access all right through here. This is downstream from the crossing. Right now, this is the lowest part of the river. They're stopping the fish because of Area 1 closed down. They dump them back up to that low water crossing, dump them off. Seems about, when I've seen them dump, seemed about half the fish come down, half the fish go up. Here's the handicap access. Could have a better spot for handicap access. It's kind of shallow right in front of here. Right down there is a good hole. Right up below the falls, pretty good deep hole. I'm gonna walk down from this point. First spot I'm gonna fish. Let's see it. There's a dead tree sticking out of the water right through the limbs of this tree in the foreground. I'm gonna go get behind that, cast over into this little channel between that and the island, and then back upstream as far as I can into the deeper hole. There used to be, fish eyes, there used to be a gravel bar that you could access from the far bank and get out pretty much in the middle of this and cast back towards this bank. Recent rains have changed that gravel bar, made it pretty much inaccessible. I personally haven't tried to get out to it because I've been wearing pants waders this year. Hello. I know I can't get to it with pants waders on, but I've seen some people try to get out there with chest waders, and didn't look like they had success getting out to fish that gravel bar. Did see a guy I know out here one day in his tube float. Had his waders on, his float tube, and he was floating around out there and hammering them. So, if you want to fish from what used to be that gravel bar, I would recommend getting yourself a float tube. There's my dead tree sticking out of the water. The bottom here, a lot of chunky rocks, a lot of uneven terrain, some limestone outcroppings. Not a gravel bottom for the majority of the river. Right here behind this rock, it's a pretty big shelf. It's not flat. It's a shelf you can mosey on out and get on. I'm gonna start between this tree and that tree. Try this channel right here between here and the island. There are some fish down a little bit further. Caught a couple weeks ago. So some fish have moved down there. I'm not gonna go down there today. I'm gonna stay right here and work my way up. I'll be back. Well, that didn't take long. First cast. Oh, quick release. That's what I get for trying to get him on camera and not just getting him to the net. The current is pretty slow down here during normal flow. You're not going to get a fast drift. If you can see my indicator or not. A lot of roll casting. here in general on this river. There are some spots you can do some back casting, but a lot of it pretty hemmed in behind you. You need to work on your roll casting. Well, hoping after the first cast fish on, I'd get another bite pretty quick on camera. More straight out. I kind of just sit here and I fan this area. Sometimes they're here towards the back. A lot of times they're up more out there. If you wanted to fish from the island over there, you can go downstream just a little bit where the water shallows up and cross and get back over there. If somebody's in this spot, there's multiple ways you can fish it. Try back up this way some more. This is where that other fish hit. Oh, I missed him. And I got hung up on the slogging frog. Alright, a couple more casts. Got him to the net. Go figure. He ate the yellow mini mega. Need some of these. Hit me up. Also tie a bunch of eggs. Ooh, water's cold. I'm gonna get a tip. Better get this fish in the water. Easy. Beautiful fish. They're sitting right out there, about 20-30 foot in front of this dead log. Alright, that didn't take long. I told myself I was gonna only catch 5 fish out of a hole at any one time. Videoed my first fish. This is my 5th fish. About, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 drifts at most. Getting a bite pretty much every 2 to 3 drifts. I moved up a little bit. There's a shelf that runs up above this dead log. Drops off pretty steep if you go towards the center of the river much. Gives you a little bit more distance to cast, and I caught 4 of the 5. Oh, a good ways, maybe 40 foot. Casting back up into this hole. Caught 1 of them over in that channel. But there's a tree limb right behind you that gets decorated quite often. So if you're actually casting from here, what you got to do to get far up, be mindful of that tree branch. Caught many of flies in it. I see indicators hanging from it right now. So I'm gonna move spots. I'm not gonna move far. Right over this bank, there were some spin fishers. When I walked down here, they have since moved. So I'm gonna go back over that bank, wade out 10 foot or so. And then from there, I'm gonna have to roll cast straight out in front of me. See if I can catch another 5 and move on. All right, now on this bank, I'm out, like I said, maybe 10, 12 foot. Starts to drop off pretty quick. There's some rocks right in front of me. Then another bigger rock you can see out there. If you're fishing from here, you want to try to get past, past that far rock that you can see. There's the first fish. All right, number 5. Didn't take long. Pretty fish.
Last two I caught before this one were a little bit bigger. Nothing massive. There are some nice ones in here. Spin fishermen's came in at the same time I walked down here. They're doing pretty good and caught a really nice one. Most of the bites I got were out past these rocks. Caught one back a little bit. Most of them were right out past these rocks. Down in the slow water, sometimes they like a little movement, a little twitch, a little jig, a little pop, strip pop. Haven't really had to do it today, but sometimes I do down here. Sometimes it entices a strike. I'm gonna move up a little closer to the falls now. The crossing. There's a spot open. It's usually got guys on the bank throwing out. It's usually can't get to fly fish unless you do it from on top of the crossing downward. And I don't like fishing downstream. I try to fish upstream. So I'm gonna go down there, get 5 more. Alright, so I'm up here by the falls. The crossing, small waterfalls. There's 2 spots I like to fish here. One is this first bubble line, the big square rock, the bubble line that comes right out in front of me here. Second spot is a big rock out here to my right. I can stand on that, fish up towards the second. Good to find bubble line. I think I can get out to that rock today. There's also a good channel right on the other side of the rock. Good deep channel they hold in. I haven't waded out there in pants waders yet, but I think I can get out there going downstream. I think it's shallow enough. I can get over that big rock. But I'm gonna start here. This near side, river right. I'll be back. Alright, so I ran about 10 drifts to that first bubble line I was showing you. Without a take. Deep in my rig. Look how deep I am. There's my fly. Indicator way up there, probably on 6 foot deep. A lot of people stop right there. He gets fished a lot. So I decided to go ahead and come over to this rock and out in the middle. One drift along the channel this rock's in. And got this little guy. There he goes. So, thinking it's been, I don't know, almost a week since they stocked. Probably skip this week and stock again next week. Thinking maybe the fish that hold right there have been pushed out here to the middle. Let's see, try again. Alright, definitely a lot more fish over on this side in the middle. 2 more casts, nice pretty male. Better fish. That's number 2 from this spot. I went ahead and did a video of this one because it was so pretty. And a little bit better. Ooh. First one I caught was right off here. I missed another one right off here in the slower current. And that dude, I cast it up into that bubble line and he hammered it. I'm gonna cast back up there, see if I can get my 5 and move on. Sounds like I'm starting to hear some thunder. So I hope my video don't get cut short. I'm gonna try to hit all the holes I like to fish between this crossing falls and that set of far falls up there before I get out of here today. Thank you. Alright, number 5. Kind of made me work for the last 2. About 15 casts. Lost 2 of them before got this 5th and final one from this spot in. I only got 1 from off the river left side of this rock. Missed another one. Most of them were between me and the falls of the crossing. Casting upstream. Plenty of open area backstream to get a nice long cast up close to the falls. let it fall, take up slack as it comes back to you. Get ready to set the hook. It's pretty deep. Go deep. Alright, I've moved up to the crossing. I was fishing right out there. There's a submerged rock. Not the big rocks you can see above the water. There's a big rock submerged underwater you can stand on. So now I'm gonna fish this little pool up above the crossing, right off that big rock sticking out the water. There's another decent sized rock under the water right there. I'm gonna walk out here carefully through this maze of limestone, post up right over there, fish back towards that pool. You can also fish it from that rock. A lot of times that's what I do, but when I get done here, I'm gonna go back up my left, which is river right, and fish from this side, fishing back that bank. So I don't want to walk all the way around to that rock. I'm gonna stay right here, fish this, then go upstream. First cast, it's a baby. This is one of the smaller trout I've caught here all year. Beautiful. A little bitty. Just hanging out right in that deep water off that rock. Number one. Alright, I'm leaving that spot with the rock with 3. Did not get my 5 though. All 3 were little bitty, and I had to switch flies to catch each fish. Small hole gets fish. It's either hot or not. Today it was not. Next spot up is occupied. I'm gonna skip by here. He's hammering them though. Oh yeah, dude. Alright, be right back. I'm gonna take a picture of this fish for this guy. I moved up to where these falls come in. Fishing this river left bank. Got the first one from this spot. Pretty nice one. Probably the best one of the day. Got Nathan over there hammering them. Alright, so there's only number 2 here, but that ring on my net, 17 inches. The fish is all of 15, probably pushing 16. And it's got shoulders. Ooh, he's gonna jump, he's gonna jump. He's ready to go. Oh, he's out of there. Oh, come here. Another pretty fish. Alright. I fished underneath that waterfall, caught a couple. Fished back down towards the crossing, got a couple more. Getting pretty wet. I'm gonna skip campground 2 today. Make a short video of that spot next time I come out, possibly Sunday, I'm not sure. I'm gonna call it a day. Go get my feet warm. Water was still cold, got about 44 degrees. My thermometer. It's pretty chilly. Toes are cold, although the air temperature is not bad. Thank goodness. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you saw Saw some spots here along the Hughes Crossings you think you could get in some fish at. It's fishing. Caught fish on eggs, worms, red midges. About a 18, the one I was using. I had a beathead pheasant tail, caught some fish on. But only put those on when they stop biting eggs and worms. Here, you don't have to go. You usually don't have to go as natural as you do somewhere like Broken Bow. They'll usually eat up the trash flies here. And they did for the most part. Seemed definitely a little smarter this week or today than they were last Saturday when I was here. Last Saturday, I catch a lot of fish out of the same hole. Today, after I got out of the first couple holes, I had to switch flies to keep them biting. But they'll throw some more fish in here. Back of the car. Time to get on the road.